Okay, this is gonna be kind of like a bit of a laughs video. So these are the top 5 movie franchises to mind wipe yourself. Okay, and if you're like a fan of these, I'm not ripping on you. I'm not like saying you like you're lesser because you watch this stuff. I'm just saying like overall the messaging in these movie franchises is pretty like it seeps in over time. So the top one, the first one is this first franchise is the Marvel Cinematic Universe or MCU, right? I've never met a single person who likes MCU who is in any way awakened. In any way awakened. They're all like black and white morality type people, like, oh, I'm a good guy, it's a bad guy. Like they're so binary. They're binary, like almost like Disney people, okay? So MCU was first because, yeah, like I never met a single person who likes Marvel movies who hasn't been, like, to be frank, like beta as fuck. A lot of people who like Marvel movies are disabled-eyed people, right? I don't like disabled-eyed people, okay? Because that's a telltale sign of the fact that you would have been eaten by the saber cat. You would not have been here. You are fucking ill-born, right? Again, if you're like a casual enjoyer of these, or if you just went to see it like in the movie house as a norm groid, like I'm not ripping. I'm just saying, like, if you're someone who is invested in these, like it's your life, yeah, something wrong with you. Your mind is wiped. So MCU is number one. Number two, Star Wars. Okay. Now the thing with Star Wars is, I remember watching Star Wars back in the day, like on a videotape, A New Hope, and I was very young at the time. It was my stepdad's favorite movie franchise, and yeah, that says a lot about him actually now that I think about it. But yeah, Star Wars people, right? The amount of mysticism and also like binary, like in Star Wars, is crazy. Like the disparity between Sith and Jedi. Yeah, it's like I think as well, like the term Jedi is like from a religion in the old world, but I need to double check that. So like Star Wars people, yeah. I don't know, like a lot of people back when that the new 3 movies came out, there was like this dude, and he made this video, right, where he's reacting to the trailer. Another disabled-eyed fuck, but anyway, he's reacting to this trailer, and he's like wetting himself. He's wetting himself watching this like girl jump over a TIE fighter, and he's like, and I'm like, man, like, like, come on, what the fuck? It's just a movie, but I've met so many Star Wars people that are like, I'm nuts about this stuff, dude, and it's like, come on, like I'm nuts about Lord of the Rings, but at least there's actual value to that. There's value to that. When you watch Star Wars, when you watch MCU, like you're watching like magic, fucking mind warping shit. That's what you're watching. You're watching crap, like feel good crap. That's gonna like kind of like think, oh, like it's slowly altering your perceptions. You're being like kind of divvied up. Like people who like the Empire, or people like this, like there's no third route. So it's like, it's setting you up for dichotomies, my opinion. Okay. Like there's also this whole like heroes and villains shit. Life is there is good and there is evil. Absolutely. I'm not saying life is gray, but yeah, I have to pause there. Okay. So I had a bit of a problem when I was recording earlier. Okay. So I just want to like go back for a second and just clarify once again, like there is good, there is evil. I do believe in that, but the way there's no in between with a lot of, you're gonna notice that with a lot of these franchises I'm gonna mention, there's no consideration. There's only like the good guys and the bad guys kind of thing. It's difficult for me to explain this, but You know, like the real world is kind of people do bad things and people do good things, but overall, like I do understand there is absolute evil and there's also like absolute good, but on a human level, it's different. Human societies are very complex, so to just boil it down to something like, oh, this guy good, this guy bad, we fight, that's just fucking stupid. Okay, so that's Star Wars, right? Number 3, and I actually kind of like this franchise. When I still kind of like it, but I understand like a lot behind it. So this is the Harry Potter franchise. Okay, so the lady who wrote this, J.K. Rowling, you know, I looked a bit into her. Like her inspirations as well for writing Harry Potter, and then also I think she had a lot of her inspiration, or she got a lot of the story from like a train ride or something like that. I need to double check that. Okay, I'm not going to give you information I'm not completely certain of, but basically, firstly, it's written by Foyd, okay. And like I get it as a kid, you know, they're also good woman writers, but the thing is, like, books like this don't become, and books and movies like this don't become popular just naturally, I think. You know, there's a kind of push, because I've actually read books that are way better than Harry Potter that have no spotlight. I'm trying to think of one. It was this fantasy series I read a while back. I'll try and think of it. I might put the name in the description if I remember. But yeah, basically Harry Potter is, again, it's like binary, like good versus bad. But then you also got like a lot of like colors in there. Like if you know a lot about like certain kind of colors, like green as well as like evil and stuff. And if you know a lot about glowies and then also like the names of spells is very kind of, you know, I don't want to say it's kind of like mystic or whatever, like Kabbalistic, but it's definitely, there's some kind of like sorcery going on when you like consume this stuff and make it like and you internalize it, because like there's a lot of correlations between like how they say Voldemort's like a pure blood and then the Mudbloods, and then people liken this to like, you know, modern world things. And obviously you got to remember as well, she's a Foyd, so she's gonna write about like, oh, my rights and my brown people rights and on all this fucking shit, you know, bullshit, right? I've also met people who have Harry Potter tattoos, and that's fucking cringe, right? So that's number 3, Harry fucking Potter. Okay, let's see here, what's the next one? Oh yeah. Okay, so I could probably have included this in MCU, but I was just gonna say separately Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is literally beta cope, right? Spider-Man is beta cope, you know, like if you're a kid and you like Spider-Man because it's just a superhero, I understand, but like, dude, the story of Spider-Man is literally like beta mental masturbation. Look at this guy Stan Lee, who's also a Brazilian, by the way. Stan Lee's a Brazilian. But basically, like, think about this. You got Peter Parker, right? He's some fucking nerd, okay? And like, he's got like a really rich friend, Harry, who's like really attractive, whatever. And then, you know, all of a sudden he gets bitten by the spider, and now all of a sudden he's a hero. And like, like his parents, his aunts and uncle die, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, dude, like, have you seen the real world? Like MJ would never date a motherfucker like that. Never. It just wouldn't happen. It just is. It's unrealistic. This is Stan Lee. Like, he must have seen some like Fitz-Aryan Irish girl or something like that, and he's like, oh, I wish I could have her, but this Harry Osborn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they place themselves in like this fantasy where they want to like make up shit. Okay, so Spider-Man, super cringe. Number 4. It's number 4. And the last one I'm gonna say is kind of like even I don't really like, this is the least of them, okay, but it's still pretty cringe it's not cringe, it's like it's not ideal. You're still gonna mind wipe yourself because it's like it's not realistic in any way. Okay, is the Dark Knight trilogy, right? I remember when I think it's the second movie is called The Dark Knight, right? Dude, whenever The Dark Knight came out and Heath Ledger died, the amount of people I knew that were fucking wetting themselves, crying, shitting themselves over this, like, to be frank, like, Heath Ledger was a bit of a nutcase, dude. Like, he was into hardcore drugs, you know, like, just look at the background of Heath Ledger and you'll find that he's not really, like, you know, in a way, he got what he fucking deserved, in a way. And then people were shitting themselves over it, okay? The only good thing about the Dark Knight trilogy is it has Patrick Bateman in it, and that's it, okay? Beyond that, it's like nerd cope, it's like nerd mind wank, basically. And I don't like that shit, because life is not like that, right? Human life is like, it's complex. You know, we don't have these Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, like these, you know what I'm saying? Like these Disney-minded freaks that don't understand what life is like. They like worship these fucking franchises, and it's bullshit. It needs to stop, okay? So The Dark Knight, super fucking cringe. And I will also, I'll add like an honorary one, but to be honest, I don't really count this, is Fast and Furious. Because like, dude, the amount of people as well that are like, I fucking hate Vin Diesel, bro. Maybe that's why I'm adding this, but I fucking hate Vin Diesel, dude. I hate that motherfucker. Like, he's just shit, dude. I don't like him, okay? And yes, actually that's why it's on here, because I don't like Vin Diesel. And yeah, so basically, if you watch these things just casually, you enjoy them, again, like I just need to, like, you always need to keep saying this, because people, again, they're fucking stupid. But like, if you just watch the movie and you're like, oh, this is a good movie or whatever, cool, right? But like, if you're one of these people where you have like fucking no kids, or you got like no family or whatever, and you are like, you know, making these fucking franchises like a cornerstone of your like personality or whatever, like, dude, unironically fucking do something else or watch something else, because like that shit, like these franchises over time seep into your brain, and they change the way you think incrementally. They do. Like, even when you just generally watch TV and stuff, you're basically like sitting down and, you know, you're watching tailored footage. And like, you got to remember as well with movies and stuff, like every scene is analyzed, like the facial expressions, the lighting, everything, like it's all done tailor-made. So like every second of every movie you're watching, maybe not movies nowadays, is like tailor-made for stuff. And if you know who runs Hollywood and you know who makes these fucking movies, you'll understand, like, they put a lot of their symbolism, they put a lot of their sigils in as well, to kind of disarm you for like attacks and stuff. So yeah, these are the top 5 franchises to mind wipe yourself.